think you should.
I want to go ahead and apologize in the beginning of the video and say that these next two videos, which is the one that you're seeing right now and My Hero Academia not season 3 review, but episode 39 review, these two videos are going to be a little bit late because recently my dad finally came to jail after him being in there for a year, and he's using the internet a lot, and so stuff is a little bit slow to the point where last night and just all of yesterday I couldn't load up Crunchyroll properly or just anything to be. I just ate, I'm sorry, so I might be a little bit gassy, I'm sorry, in terms of like burping and stuff, but yeah, all of yesterday I couldn't load up like anything on my computer. I couldn't load up Crunchyroll to watch Persona 5 the animation, the first episode, and My Hero Academia, the first in its first episode of the third season, which is episode 39. And this is the only time I actually have an opportunity to properly, watch and then record these episodes. So I do want to apologize really quick at the beginning of the video, but anyways, we're here to talk about Persona 5 the animation. After I had completed and beat Persona 5 the video game, I was really excited about the anime, because then there were also certain voice actors that I did research on that were going to be in the anime and or do voices for the anime, and I was really excited. I was really excited for whoever was going to be voicing the Japanese voices for these characters, because I'm really excited. I played the game in English, but I wanted to replay it through in Japanese, but I didn't have enough time to really do that, because if you played Persona 5 the video game, the game takes a lot of your time and you really need to invest time into the game. But now the anime is here, and I'm gonna watch that. And the first episode, it was actually, I actually really enjoyed it, and I thought it was pretty good. So of course, if you played the video game, you don't really need to watch the anime, but I'm watching it just because, well, A, I want another series to review, and B, I want another series to watch. So it's kind of whatever at this point. But for those of you who are, watching the Persona 5 anime and have never played the video game, go and play the video game. It's a really good fucking game, but just be on the lookout that the game does take a lot of your time, and if you have enough time to invest into the game and be able to complete it all the way through, just go ahead and do it. Play the game. It's really good. So, of course, if you played the game already, I don't really need to explain what happens in the first episode, but for those of you who haven't watched the episode yet, or who have already seen it and want to know my thoughts, I'm going to go ahead and do a recap of what happened in the episode, and just along the way say my thoughts about it, right? Because I always wanted to do a Persona 5 video game review on my channel, but I never got a chance to do it. So the first episode starts off very similarly on how the video game did, right? So Joker and the Phantom Thieves are in this casino place where Sainijima's palace is supposed to be at, right? That's her cognitive world, and that's where they are in the real world. So they're there, they steal the treasure, and Joker's trying to get on his way out. And later, after a little bit of confrontation of him trying to get out of the place, he is then captured by the police. He's drugged, he's beat up because they're trying to get information out of him. And then Sainijima herself, who still doesn't know that they were in her cognitive world, in her palace, he then goes and explains, what happened at the very beginning when he first showed up like 6 months ago. So he goes and then he explains what happens, right? He went and stopped a guy who was assaulting a woman, and then all of a sudden he is now on probation. He got arrested, and now he's on probation, and now he is essentially he's basically been expelled out of his school, and the judges were like, okay, we're gonna send you to a different place, yada yada yada. He gets sent to a whole different place. He's sent to this I forget what it's called, what it's actually called in the game and in the show as well, but he gets sent off, and then he's at LeBlanc. And if you know what LeBlanc is, if you know what LeBlanc is, then that means you've played the video game. So he goes there, and then he meets Shojiro Sakura, who is his basically just his watcher, because that's who he was sent to for his probation. So he's sent there, and then he's also sent to Shujin Academy as his new school, right? So he's sent there, and then all that's set up. He gets set into the Velvet Room, to talk to Igor and stuff like that, because that's very important to the plot of the story. And then afterwards, he meets waifu An, as I like to call her, but he meets An, and then it sets up the whole plot with Kamoshida, because afterwards he meets Ryuji Sakamoto. And then, by the way, An is An Takamaki. So he meets An Takamaki. She gets in the car with Kamoshida, the coach of Student Academy, but he has really dark secrets in the school, and he runs it like a a castle, and it's because of Ryuji that in the Metanav, I think that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. It's been a while since I played the game, but they're essentially set into the metaverse, and now they are in his palace, which is literally Shujin Academy, but it looks like a castle. And then we meet Kamoshida, and he beats the hell out of Ryuji, and then Ren, which is now his name in the game. I think you can choose your own name in the game, but if you wanted to realistically go with what his actual name was, it was Akira Kurusu, and now is Ren, and last name I can't really pronounce because it's hard. So his name is Ren in the series, and the anime series, the animation, Persona5 the animation, and basically in this episode, they get caught, they're in the palace, they're in the castle, Ryuji gets beat the hell up, just like in the game, and then Ren, or Akira if you're going off by the game where you prefer that name, he then calls upon his persona, Arsene. I think that's what his persona's name is called. And then the episode ends with him with his new costume. It looks really cool. I'll probably use it for the thumbnail. You'll see it. It looks really cool. And overall, I really like this episode. It's so similar to the game, and I love the game. I played it. I played the first couple hours. I complete the first palace. I really liked it, and then the game progressed on, and it got so much better and better. Excuse me, and better and better and better. And I like the pacing. I like the pacing that they went with this episode, because I think what they went in mind with the Persona 5 animation is, okay, people who are watching Persona 5 the animation are probably people who have already played the game, so there's no reason to go at such a slow pace, because if we do that, people are going to be, disinterested, and they're not going to want to continue watching. So they kind of go at a pretty, fast pace, a lot faster than maybe some anime may not do, or may have never done, like ever at any point, or maybe that some just don't really like. But I don't mind it because I've already played the game. I know what happens, and I want to speed up all of, like, the boring shit. I want to get into Kamoshida's palace. I want the formation of the Phantom Thieves already, like, kind of like getting into the start of it with, like, Morgana, which we do meet Morgana in the next episode, so I'm really excited to meet Morgana in the anime, so it's going to be pretty interesting. Art style, I can never praise Persona 5's art style more than I already have. Persona 5's art style is absolutely fantastic. It has pretty colors, it has, amazing looking personas, the characters are so likable in the series, you get to know them so much more, you learn more about them as you excuse me, you progress more with the bonds of the characters that you meet in the series, and then you get to know them so much better. You learn their backstory and, like, what they had to go through when they were growing up, stuff like that. It's great. The first episode was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I'm so much more excited for what's to come next. I want to see, like, what they're gonna do. Because if it's gonna be the same thing as the game, then I already know what happens, right? I already know what the best ending is going to be, which is what they're obviously going to go for, right? I don't think they're going to go for a bad ending. I think they're going to go with the best ending possible, and I got the best ending. So, if it goes from beginning to ending, like I think how it's going to, the series is going to be great. I can't wait to see all my favorite characters just be animated and stuff. I can't wait for, certain fight scenes in the palaces to be done and be animated. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited for future episodes to come out. This series is gonna come out with a new episode every weekend on Saturday, and that is the same thing for season 3 of My Hero Academia. So be on the lookout for your calendars. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet in terms of scheduling reasons with these 3 anime that I'm watching, because My Hero Academia and Persona 5 air their episodes on the same day on Crunchyroll. So yeah, I'm gonna figure out the scheduling, but just be on the lookout for future reviews. And when I say that, that means that's the end of the video, because I have really nothing else to talk about. If you haven't seen the episode yet and you played the game, go watch it. If you watched the first episode, go play the game. It's a great game. One thing I do want to say really quick, just to end it off for real this time, is the music. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I love the music in this series. It's so great. Yeah, that's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to push that notification button, because if you're subscribed, you're not going to get my videos in your sub box for some reason. So at least be notified whenever I do upload. And anyways, yeah, that's the end of the video. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.